The federal government inaugurating an inter-ministerial committee to enforce the local government's autonomy. Now, the federal government has inaugurated an inter-ministerial committee to enforce the Supreme Court judgment delivered on July 11, 2024, which granted financial autonomy to local governments in the country. And we understand that the Secretary to the Government of the Federation, Senator George Akume, performed the exercise yesterday. The 10-man committee is to be chaired by the SGF. Other members of the committee include the Minister of Finance and coordinating Ministry of Economy, the Attorney General of the Federation, Minister of Justice, Minister of Budget and Economic Planning, and of course the Accountant General of the Federation. The rest are the Governor, Central Bank of Nigeria, the Permanent Secretary, Federal Ministry of Finance, and of course the Chairman, the Revenue Mobilization, Allocation and Fiscal Commission, representative of state governors, and the representatives of local governments. A statement from the Office of the Secretary of the Government said the committee has its primary function to ensure that local governments are granted full autonomy, allowing them to function effectively without interface or interference from state government. Now, gentlemen, the first question that we ask about this, do we need a kind of a committee to be set up before a court ruling, a court order can be respected, adhered to in this country? What does it imply? How do we react to this? And Nowita Ibutakul, I'll start with you.
Well, first of all, we must commend, in spite of its shortcomings, we must commend the present administration because we are very transparent people. We look at issues the way they come. We must commend the Tinubu government to have used the Attorney General to go to the court and secure that judgment. At least the local authorities, the people at the lowest level of governance should be able to have access to their funds. Coming to your questions, given the political manipulations in Nigeria, a situation whereby governors have become emperors, they become dictators par excellence, they put council's money in their pocket, they dictate arbitrarily to local government chairmen, and at the end of the day, development suffers. The people suffer. Governance has been taught to something else. So these are some of the reasons why the federal government said, okay, let's put on this committee. Because they know that if they don't put on the committee, the governors, the so-called emperors, the so-called dictators, because governors are a major impediment to progressive democratic governance in Nigeria. That's the fact of the matter. It's a dialectic issue. We have looked at the process, we have done books on it. Governors are part of a major retrogressive element, you know, drawing democratic governance, democratic dividends to the wood. So the sitting administration, you know, having looked at the experience in the political situation, in the political circles, and decide that, okay, the best way for this thing to go to the people is to use the instrumentality of the law. And I think it's a fantastic development. It's a development that is overdue because if they don't go this lane, the emperor's governors, the emperor's dictator, the governor dictators, they will see try to manipulate the process. So I think it's a welcome development and it's a fantastic development. Okay. Let them monitor them and let them do the right thing is done. All right.
Now, Harrison, I'm going to read something out from an excerpt. The rest are the Governor, Central Bank of Nigeria, the Permanent Secretary, Federal Minister of Finance, Chairman, Revenue Mobilization Allocation Fiscal Commission. The representative of state governors are going to be members of this panel, of this committee. In other words, the governors are going to be members. Now, is it not a case of asking somebody to be a judge in his own case? I mean, we're talking about the governors now. Then, of course, they are also members of the committee.
Anyway, I think the committee have just been set up. We have not seen the model at which they want to work, the way they tend to go about it. But first, I think it's proper to commend Mr. President and going forward to also set up a committee. You see, if this country must progress, it must develop from the bottom. This attitude of trying to develop Nigeria from the top, from Abuja, have not taken us anywhere.
It cannot work. It has not
We
worked.
must do it from the grassroots. In as much as the states are not appendages of the federal government, they are autonomous on their own, 100% I support local government to be on their own. At the end of the day, if any chairman now feels you want to take advantage of that, then the legislator, local government, and the people, they will face him.
They weren't doing it.
And I think they will not stop at the level of that financial autonomy. They should also move further. Because today, if a councillor at the ward, the legislator at the local government want to take some action, you still need to get approval from the State House of Assembly. And the State House of Assembly does not, the National Assembly does not give them directive. So until those things are corrected, so that everybody will be on their own, if you are a legislator at the local government, you have the same power to do what you are doing at the local government, the state do the same thing, the federal government do the same thing. Yeah. Nigeria will begin to move. We have people who can actually do the right thing. But a situation whereby they tell you what, even to some extent, in some other state, they will even tell them the project they will do. And they tell you, don't do this, don't do this, don't do that. It's not supposed to be so. We are all clamoring for development. We want this country to develop. But if this country must develop, let everybody do their own at a separate level. Let the federal government bring more money to the local government and even the state. Because even the Aso Rock is under a ward. If the president tomorrow wants to cast his vote on the election, will go to his ward. So the most important aspect of our development is the local government. And we pray that they should make that model open. For me, bringing, whether the governor is going to be part of it or not, they should do the right thing. The money should go directly to them. And if they are not spending the money, EFCC is there to arrest them. The legislators are there to ask them what are using the money to do. It does not mean that they cannot spend money. The government will now hold the money because they don't believe in their capacity. I don't agree. That's where the problem is coming from.
Okay.
As soon as the fund comes, they say from October, they should set up, maybe this will serve as a monitoring team to ensure that the money gets to them, and they don't also do backdoor and push it elsewhere. They do the right thing. Thank God they don't have immunity. So if you decide to do wrong with your money, then this country just will go after you.
All right. No,
so I think it's a welcome development.
Yeah, and beautiful submission there. Thank God that local government chairmen, they don't have immunity as the state governors.
Yes.
But don't you think there is a muster in the system that we must handle first, the muster of corruption?
Yeah.
Because a lot of persons that are protagonists of this local government autonomy, they are so afraid for Nigeria that, hey, we have to deal with corruption first before actually granting financial autonomy to local governments, the tertiary of government. So corruption first is an issue. No,
corruption is an issue.
It's everywhere.
Corruption, tragically, just as you say, it's a monster. Tragically, it has been institutionalized. And where do we go from here? I think if the Tinubu government has been able to summon courage, because it's courageous, because we know these politicians, we know them. It's a courageous move to set up this committee, my brother. Nobody will say it's not a good thing. But we want to challenge the Tinubu government to come up with a framework, a policy framework, probably a bill to the National Assembly, my brother, to fight corruption. Corruption is sitting like a cancer into the fabric of the nation. Corruption cannot make Nigeria to move forward. It's a tragic reality. So I want to challenge the new administration. Oh, you've done a good thing. But how do we go about, tackling corruption? Is it impossible, for instance, for the Tinubu government to come up with a bill sponsored to handle corruption? The AFCC is there, the ICPC is there, but they are not enough. We need a stronger measure to handle corruption in this country. So I challenge the Tinubu government. Come up with a bill, sponsor a bill into the National Assembly so that it will become law as a backup to what the EFCC and all those people are doing. And above all, he's putting on the bill because we're not in the jungle, we're in the constitutional democracy. So there must be a legal instrument that will support the EFCC and the rest. It is possible. So now I put up the legal instrument, and the government should have a direction. I challenge Tinubu administration to have a direction. So have a policy to handle corruption, even along with the big thing. Because it is what, it is, that's some political pundit who will tell you that Muhammadu Buhari failed woefully because he could not, he was not efficient. He was not in control.
Yeah, that's the opinion of, of some people.
Some people, some pundit, I use the word pundit. So now we want to challenge a Tinubu. The buck stop at your table.
Okay. Now,
come up with a policy, a government policy that will handle corruption, that will monitor corruption. Down to the local government.
Yeah, Harrison Ezeko,
it is possible.
The Wita Igbota could probably strike me as if saying that we don't have these items in our constitution. We have various items in our constitution that has been dealing with corruption. Now, if we are talking of a special bill now, those bills are going to cascade into also trying to establish agencies, anti-graft agencies that would fight corruption. In other words, which bills are we looking at this time? How do you think the bill will look like? Where will it? How will it? How?
The people you are taking the bill to, who are they? Are they not corrupt? You see,
let us be careful when we say that.
When the issue of corruption at the local government level, like I say, corruption is everywhere in this country. It's in Nassau Rock, it's in government house, it's in local government. Let every institution function on their own. The fear of corruption should be put aside first. Let the local government get the autonomy, spend the money, let them do it. If at the end of the day, we now discover that they are not wasting the money or doing what they are not supposed to do, then the agencies that have the responsibility to monitor, to arrest, will follow them.
Yeah, but the idea of the local government autonomy is not a try and error idea. It's for efficiency.
No. Listen,
for governance to get to the grassroots.
If we have some governors who have integrity, like a state government, you also have a local government chamber that will not steal money. So let us allow the institution to work. The Nigeria structure, the local government is supposed to be on its own, not an appendix of the state government. In as far as the federal government does not control the state government, they should not control the local government. Let everybody operate on its own. And the National Assembly should fast track the issue of INEC conducting local government election. That is when you completely remove local government from the hands of the state government. If you don't want to contest and if you are not popular, you will not win. So INEC will conduct the elections. Then the councillors are the local government. There should also be an appendix of the State House of Assembly. There are some action you want to take. They will not tell you the way to rectify it at the State House of Assembly. In Nigeria Constitution, National Assembly does not rectify the bills of the State House of Assembly. So these things are separate in our Constitution. But the way it functions is not separate. So that is what the Tinubu administration is trying to do. And I believe, I am still as a non-conventional politician, I believe that if these things safe through, we will see more development at the local level. We will see more development at the local level. If the autonomy is there, and they conduct election, the councillors have the power, the full power with the state government and the senators to deal at the local government level. Everybody will do the right thing. If you not decide to go the other way around, like I said before, they don't have the immunity that covers them. So the security agency at every point in time can go in there, get their books and see what they are doing. They are doing the wrong thing. You will face you face the music.
Okay.
So Nigeria should support this present Mr. Tinubu idea so that this country can actually function well.
Yeah, no, which perhaps he just said that INEC should conduct a local government election. Little wonder, INEC, an agency of the federal government. Now, if INEC eventually controls local government election, what is the guarantee that the chairman that emanate from such election will not be appendages of the federal government?
Well, that is a tragedy in the Nigerian situation. When I say tragedy, it is a country where there is no transparency. It's a country where the rulers are not interested in the people.
Yeah, but be careful with that your own opinion.
Yeah, because we know the limitations of INEC. We know what played out. Not the last presidential election, not the general elections. There are areas where INEC did not meet up to expectations. So some of us have been clamoring for the strengthening of INEC. let INEC be an independent body in body, soul, and spirit. INEC is not independent.
That's the way you see
INEC is being teleguided, because if you look at what is happening in Europe and other climes, the framework, the clauses that guide the electoral process over there, they're very transparent. A president or a leader of any whatever cannot control who become chairman of INEC. The electoral process in America or in Europe. But Nigeria, the Nigerian presidency have the power. Who become president? Or who become chairman of, So we want INEC to be sanitized.
Yeah, when you say the Nigerian presidency has the power, the coming up of the INEC chairman is only by approval of the president of the National Assembly first. Maybe the president will also say, okay,
in the Nigerian constitution,
it is the same thing even in America.
In the Nigerian constitution, who appoints? I don't know whether I'm running away from reality.
The presidency.
Is the president that will suggest names, and Nigerian process, behind the door, Ghana must go with flow, and before you know it, the guy gets the job. So what we are saying that INEC should be sanitized. Let it be transparent. Let the better people in mind, soul, and spirit, let them come and let them take over INEC. So that we see it elsewhere. The best guys are nominated, the best cerebral guy, the best transparent guy with integrity. That the people nominated in other climes, not one guy from one corner who has an economic challenge. They will dust him up and say, come and play our bidding. We know what is happening in Nigeria. We know what's happening in Africa. I'm a country regional expert. We know what is dragging Africa backward. We know what's driving Nigeria backward. So sanitize INEC, restructure INEC. My brother, if the present INEC continues, it is not Eldorado for Nigerian democracy. The present INEC is not truly independent. Nigerian people want this INEC to be restructured. The normal clauses to safeguard the independence of INEC should be inserted. We challenge the National Assembly to make sure INEC is restructured. That is the way to go. Okay. But in the present dispensation, if Mamu Yakubu, for instance, conduct elections for local government, my brother, I'm not too sure whether there will be true transparency. Even the election that is coming in those states, my brother, you see manipulations coming up already. You see thuggery, you see triangulation of political opponents. You see a cabal trying to play a script. That is the reality. We want an electoral body that will be truly independent in body, soul, and spirit. All right. Not a caricature that will be dressed up to come and play the bidding of Nigerian people. So for me, let me not forget what I've just said. Even the election that's coming in those states, we challenge Mamu Yakubu to be transparent. Nigerians will not take what befell us during the general election 2023. We know the shortcomings. We know what happened when the goalpost was shifted. That's the reality. They promised us that the result will be transmitted electronically.
In real time.
But it never happened. And that truncated, that bastardized, that messed up the hope and aspirations of almost 200 million Nigerians. So that is a reality. We're not in a jungle. We know what is obtainable in the system. We are experts in this field. So we want a complete sanitation of INEC. And now that INEC cannot be sanitized, and is we conducting a election a month from now, Professor Mahmoud Yakubu, please give us transparent election. We are watching. Okay. And I'm even challenging, is he going to go full blast, allowing transfer result? We've not heard from him. Is he going to stand at the middle of the process and say, we'll go manual? These are issues. Because we want transparency, we want the best guy to emerge. We don't want a dunce, we don't want a caricature of a personality to come and take government house in Edo State.
All right, so Harrison Ezeko, one other thing that we must look at, even as we talk about the local government's autonomy now, is how ready are the local governments? The exercise is supposed to start taking effect from October. As we speak now, some states, they are yet to conduct their local government elections. Now, little wonder, this is August, almost September. Do we have enough time?
Well, they were given the ample time. They were told, they were given 3 months. So by the end of October, any local government in Nigeria
forfeits
that do not have democratically elected chairman and councillor
forfeits
will not get
will not be
their
part
allocation.
of okay.
So those who have not done that, they have all the time to conduct the election. And not Kano State to be doing their own very soon. Many states are already conducting the election. So like I said, the committee will now come out with a blueprint how they intend to monitor this fund as it's being paid down to the local government and what they intend to do. For me, I think it's the best thing that have happened to this country. We are fighting that things should be done right. If every arm of government have the autonomy, they are doing their things we're supposed to do it, we will not have all these problems that we have. If a local government chairman gets a fund and he decides to now begin to divert the fund for his own personal gain, I think at that level, even the people within the locality there have a right to question because they are closer to him. Because this development must start from the grassroots. And let me tell you, we also have the security issues. Because if they get all this money, they can also put their local vigilante in place to protect the environment. Then the situation where they find themselves before, you just go that unconstitutional jack meeting. That these people brought together where they divide the money with sword. So, if at this moment, and the government will not say, okay, let this money go to these people, let them spend the money, anyone who not decide to not put that money in his pocket, they will face the penalty. They will face the peril. The people will be there, the agencies will be there. I'm happy they didn't give them that laws report that they should not have autonomy. So that the council will be able to question the local government chairman. The people at the government will question the local government chairman. Security agency will question the local government chairman. You get so millions of naira this month. What have you done with the money? You see everybody will be doing the right thing. Everybody will work. Why I said that INEC should conduct local government election. In 1999, INEC conducted local government election. Other party won. In a Goye, it was ANPP, Henry Dagbo. Igwebe was Felisomi, ANPP. They were chairman of INEC then. Even if you do it now, no, the election that INEC have, let's not just throw the baby with the bathwater away. INEC conducts status of assembly election. As you see the opposition party take care of, no. The issue is that, let me tell you, it is difficult to ring election when the people have come out en masse to vote. It's only when the voting system look as if they are dragging, that's when you can put hand into it. It's not possible. The state of assembly that was conducted, they conducted the election. The national assembly, you saw that different party came up. So we should encourage them. I'm not saying they are perfect. But I'm saying that if they mean well for this country, at this time, are they not tired of this money they are collecting? They should allow this country to work. All right, no. People are suffering. People cannot eat. Even with a hard job, we are saying we don't have money. What about people that doesn't even do anything? Are you bother to ask yourself how many people live? That you buy fuel for 900 for a liter a day? People are dying. Any reasonable human being will now so allow that to happen in this state. It cannot work. We must move forward. Okay.
Now, let's look at another issue now, perhaps in another dimension. It's still related to local government financial autonomy. Some people say that even if you give the autonomy, the money directly from the federal government to local government, it may not meaningfully mean development now. I mean, going by the fact that revenue collection, most states are still in charge of revenue collection in various states. I don't want to mention names, but you and I know that if you look at revenue collection in states, you have states government dominating local governments at the expense of local government. So I want to talk in that direction.
See, that you are not coming back to an area I touched before, because corruption is an issue. It's a very dangerous, cancer that's turning the country to pieces. So we need a frontal attack. I was trying to suggest how to nip this in the bud, because as we speak, there's no death penalty for corruption. When I talk about a bill, I know where I was going.
In Nigeria.
Yeah. Because look at countries that have gotten from for the rottenness of corruption, under development, like China, for instance, a death penalty. So we should think all these options should open, because EFCC is there, ICPC is there, but they need to be certain too. We have had situation whereby EFCC chairman compromised. Nigerian situation. Am I lying, Harrison?
You are not lying at
Compromise.
all. Nigerian factor.
Nigerian factor. So where do we go from here? That's why I said, thinking deep, taking from world of experience, taking from perspectives, that where do we go? Because we have some characters that are corrupt. Just like a leopard. Some characters are leopard.
Yeah, when you say
no, because Nigerian people, as you have said, with all the work Tinubu have said, have done.
Yeah,
some local government chairman, we want to play funny. Yeah, how do you undo them?
No, which
is
it corruption? Is it corruption that will make states to collect revenues that are supposed to be for local governments?
Well, it's corruption too, because we've seen governors, as I said, that are emperors, governors that are dictators, governors that do not mean well for the people. We have them. I've not told you that an Obaseki, for instance, is not my darling. It could be his darling. I'm coming.
It's my boss.
It could be your darling.
My darling.
It's your opinion. You are entitled to your opinion.
The guy has done some things, but there's so many things he has not done. That's for me and Obaseki. But now, talking about fighting corruption, get things done.
Okay. All right. Yeah. No, you end up by saying that Obaseki is not your darling.
It's not my darling.
So I wanted to pick it up from there.
I've said it's not my darling because he has not touched the poor and the poorest. Does he have any coherent policy to undo the poor and the poorest?
By your own standard?
My own standard. Because when you want to go governor, you're supposed to touch the people. It just, those last minute, fire brigade that we are seeing by doing some things. That's the fact of the matter. Almost 8 years. I don't want to run your man down, but if you permit me.
I'm entitled to your opinion, but I will also tell you what he has done.
Yeah. What we are saying is fire brigade approach. To make people, hey man, this guy, he has woken up, he's tying road, he's doing this.
Is he working or not?
Well,
I don't understand.
Just let him.
He's trying to work now.
Yeah. What is trying to work?
No.
Let him answer his point there.
Now, let me give you a typical example where the guy demonstrated incompetence. From day one, they didn't have a blueprint. Look at the Yaro, Minister of Educational Hub. In 8 years, it's now you are building Fire Brigade Educational Hub. The Edo Best, what they call it, go to some schools in the interior. They do have classrooms, dilapidated. We see these things. Our people tell all these things. And look at the way he handled the educational crisis. It's just recent that he's trying to play to the gallery because the election is just a month from now. So that is why he's not my darling. He's somebody that has not demonstrated vision from beginning. He's somebody that is doing MOU, doing this, try and error. But for goodness sake, I am an intellectual. If you want to govern the people, you should have a blueprint. You didn't have that from the day one.
Okay. Now, Harrison Ezeko, how correct is it that Obaseki didn't have a blueprint? I mean, for a governor that has ruled almost 8 years now, he came in without a bluept.
It's laughable.
Do you know any of his blueprints?
It's laughable.
Let him respond.
No, we have a personal issue that is making him speak like this because the heredity is everywhere. For me, my nature of person, I don't support people based on the fact that I want to get a feedback or get it solely from the persons. Governor from day one presented direction for this government. As we speak, we have 13 companies in Edo State that have been attracted through MOU. If you watch the television a few days ago, you see that we have invested the oil pan and we are asking new set of investors to come in. If you go to Ekpobauka, a thermal plants, Moduna refinery, let me mention if you this are project that was betted Oshomo plants in this government. And as we speak, we have since been using Oshomo lights. Maybe when the next government will now castigate it to individual houses. This is a government who rebuilds the stadium. You know, if you look at the roads this government have constructed, we have all the indices in our archives. The road he has done, he has done more roads than the previous government. If you go to Okabe Road to Upper from Saple Road, They are tied road with drains. If you go to the PZ roads, all these roads are reality. For the fact that the man do not bring Chinese or AIT to be roaming the roads from daily baby, the man have not done well. But let me just shock you within your premises here.
Yeah, before you say that,
he said so many things about the government.
Yeah, but let me also say this, that what he's saying and what some persons are saying is that the pace, the momentum at which he's going now, we didn't see it for the past
beginning. It is a non-issue. People say that, people say that when government, secretary, they don't work. You are saying the government that is still working few days before you want to leave office. You are complaining. Are you not saying because government want to when they should not work? That tells you that the man is genuine. The man is genuine. I want to remind you, when you don't journey through Ekosodi Road, it's very close to you here. Did you used to know Ekosodi Road? Go and drive through there now. As we speak, if you are going back, if you are going to Snoko Road, just drive through, I don't know, straight to teacher's house. And you also drive just to Asoro. That one is still ongoing. And you are saying this man have not worked. A man who link airport road to Ekobaka with bridges. For the fact that the man will not bring chariots and be pushing the zone, the man have done so much. Go to their door best that I was talking about. Abba. We might not have been able to get to all the villages. You know, that also work with network. But with time, this thing will get. That also said the man have not done what he needed to do.
Yeah, but Harrison, truth be told, Edo Best came almost when he came on board 8 years ago. Now, what people are saying is that 8 years probably would have been enough for him to extend that project to the whole state.
Work. If I tell you the amount of money that goes into those, you'll be shocked. The way this government run, we don't just carry money. The former government that can just face road and red roof. Aside those two, you cannot see another institution that other will work. But this government does not work like that. It cut across all sectors. When money comes, they push it, they share it among all the sectors so that everything will be moving the same pace. Have you been to our park?
The Central Park.
Central Park. So people forget easily. This is innovation. If you enter that place, you will sit down inside the AC. Before you go and enter vehicle, if you want to relax. This is innovation this man have brought on board. We have companies that are ready to, they are there. Or someone that is there. People are using it in this government. Go to the Palm House. Go and see where civil servants work. Some of them don't even want to go home. Go to State School of Health. Before he came, none of those courses were accredited. The man shut down the school, he built it to standard and they got accreditation. Go to School of Health now. Go and see what is happening there.
What about the lecturers that were sacked at Edo State University, Ekpoma?
The issue that happened in Ekpoma, there was intervention team that was there. And they did what they needed to do. They gave them instruction. I think there were a few. And those persons in name of union trying to say they want to do it this way. You don't dictate to government the pace they want to run their institution. If they say this is the direction, you follow. But those persons said no. They were about 22. And they refused to go and do the biometrics, and they were removed from the payroll. They have gone to industrial court. I think the matter is on, but I believe that issue have been resolved internally. Have been resolved. So this present government they will reinstate them.
Yeah, but we have just few days to go.
No, you cannot. You know the number of staff in Ekpoma. You can't just gather some people together and be dictating for government. No. It's your employee. You don't tell your employee the way as you are here now. When management say this is what I want to do, you not tell them this is what you want to do. It's not done like that. It happened to my very close friend. I am aware of what happened there. You don't dictate to government how they want to run their institution.
Okay. Now,
if you don't want to follow them, you resign.
Yeah, no, 1 minute.
1 minute.
Yeah.
I'm an activist. As I said before, I'm not a caricature activist. I went through the mail.
Yeah, you said that.
See, the point I'm making is this. Yeah. What is the meaning of governance? If governance will not rub positively on the people, how many people, as Obaseki, taken from poverty, the poor?
There are so many.
I don't see them. How many macroeconomic package? Look at the issue of palliatives, even palliatives. Look at what happened during COVID-19. This man does not believe in human beings. And I'm not a dunce. Even the money he's spending to do infrastructure and the rest, where does the buck goes to? His government, the greatest grounds I have against Obaseki is that you don't have a human face.
Yeah, I want to be careful with that.
That's not a human face. Where fact? I just want to talk about
the man have released 1 billion first phase for churches, for the palliative. He has released his palliative
that was a
Gentlemen, people are benefited. So if you have a personal issue, go and resolve the personal issue. No, you are not speaking about people. It does not reflect on what is on ground.
Harrison, just hold on.
So human beings are
gentlemen.
The human beings are benefited.
Gentlemen, Harrison, just hold on.
No, I want to lie to be
now, we have guides on this program. You understand? I mean, NBC is watching. For you to say that Obaseki does not have a human face, that may not be correct, and that does not have. You said something about feeling for humans.
Because
I want to take back.
It's a dictator.
Where are your facts?
Okay, when the dictatorial tendencies is what has happened to the deputy governor. Though the deputy governor is not a fantastic guy. Where the president democracy? No, I'm not telling you. Where the democracy?
You have a personal issue. I'm
not a politician. I don't have a problem.
You are. The way you are speaking there, you are.
No.
There's something
but I've not told you my objectivity. That even the guy is bringing. I give it a pass.
All right, so I think we have just 1 minute, 20 seconds quickly. Harrison, quickly, 20 seconds.
Well, I want to appeal to Edo people that on the 21st of September, let us go out and vote for the best candidate. Let us ensure that this development we have had in Edo State will not move backward. We must move forward. We must reach out to the people. And the person that we have seen that can deliver Edo is our candidate in the PDP, Dr. Aswen Ibudalo.
All right, so no waiter.
I dare to challenge Obaseki. The few months he has left, let him rub on the market women. Let him put up a microfinance arrangement. Let it because people, as you said, people cannot buy fuel. People cannot eat. Let him that be a package to tell the people.
All right. Thank you so much. Yeah, that's the discussion segment this morning. Now, one thing that stands here is that you have your own opinion on this segment. Now, this guest, they don't share the opinion of independent television and radio. As a matter of fact, we do not have opinion on these issues. We invite our guests just the way we may invite you tomorrow to come and speak on some of the issues that we're talking about. I want to say thank you so much, Harrison Ezekon, Butako.